Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. With the upcoming release of Skyward Sword HD and those beautiful limited edition Zelda Joy-Con, I thought it would be a fun time to take a look at a pair of custom Joy-Con that you can buy right now from a shop that I think is doing the absolute best custom Joy-Con work out there, XLTeam on Etsy. And real quick, if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on everything happening with the channel. And with all that out of the way, let's take a look at these custom Joy-Con. Now, I did a review for XLTeam a little while back, and that was for a pair of custom Super Nintendo themed Joy-Con, and I can tell you that my overall opinion of XLTeam is going to remain largely unchanged from that previous review. I just thought it would be cool to kind of show these off, give you guys a closer look at them, and talk about the price, talk about the quality. Maybe you missed out on the opportunity to buy the official Joy-Con. This would be an option you could check out. So here's the box that the Joy-Con arrived in, and I think it's just a little taste of just how premium the product from XLTeam is. I know that's maybe a silly thing to point out, but that's something that really struck me with the first pair I got, and again with this pair. Just the packaging, the attention to detail, how meticulously the little pieces are wrapped up and packaged. You can just tell that XLTeam goes the extra mile when it comes to overall quality. So I will get this out of the way here, and here are the Hylian Shield Zelda Joy-Con. And I'm really just so pleased with these. I think they look really awesome. I will be getting the official Joy-Con as well, but I figured this would be a popular pair with Zelda's 35th anniversary. So yeah, first I guess I will talk about overall quality and give you a little bit of a closer look here. So this pair is, I guess, a little different than the Super Nintendo ones that I picked up because you are still dealing with the original stock button colors and trigger colors, where the Super Nintendo ones, I've got one right here so I can show you, have some custom button colors as well. So maybe there's like a little bit more going on with these, but they're also a mostly plain color all the way around, while these have the Hylian Shield pattern right on the face. And then they also have this cool kind of gray border edge here that it might be difficult to pick that up on camera, but there's actually a bit of a shimmer to it. It's actually like kind of a sparkly gray, which I think is a really nice detail. So yeah, talking about the overall quality, I am just blown away at what XLTeam pulls off. It really rivals an official Nintendo product. You know, there are a couple other pretty popular custom Joy-Con shops out there that do pretty decent work. I guess the biggest one being Colorware, and those are really high quality too. You're definitely going to be paying a premium as far as price goes, but I just don't think their patterns or custom designs are quite as fun as what XLTeam does. But yeah, as you can see here, we've got the Hylian Shield design, and that's split across the two Joy-Con here. And then you've also got matching Joy-Con bumper wrist straps. And I think just as like a solid piece, these just look absolutely gorgeous. I will pop this off here. And you can see from the SL and SR buttons that these were originally a pair of Splatoon themed green and pink Joy-Con. But aside from those buttons, you would never know. So if you check out the details on XLTeam's site, they talk about their painting process, and they use the highest quality automotive grade paints. So you're dealing with a really durable and really scratch resistant coating on these. Like I was saying about some of the other custom Joy-Con shops, there are some that are, you know, not as prominent as Colorware, and at least from pictures that I've seen, the quality can kind of be a bit hit or miss. Some look really clean, but I have seen some where you can almost see like paint that looks a little too thick or a little uneven or maybe like a little tacky, and I am fully confident that you will not experience that with your XLTeam Joy-Con. And you can see here from the pattern that the lines are just so incredibly clean and smooth. There's no like layering here. So just a really impressive paint job. Pop this wrist strap back on here. And then one thing that is different with these, aside from not having the buttons colored compared to these Super Nintendo Joy-Con here, is you can see that since the R and ZR buttons are painted, the strip between them was left unpainted. And when I first picked these up, the Super Nintendo ones, I had talked to the shop owner because I'd seen some other pictures of these, and I was like, oh, is it possible to paint that little strip the same color as, you know, the rest of the casing? And they said, since these buttons are painted, painting that strip in between them would actually cause the buttons to stick, since the paint adds a little bit of extra thickness. But since the Zelda Joy-Con don't have painted trigger buttons, the strip between them is painted. So yeah, as far as quality goes, I really can't overstate the fact that I think these are like the best of the best as far as custom Joy-Con go. But that does bring me to the next point, which is overall price. And depending on your affinity for custom Joy-Con and Joy-Con in general, I think that's probably going to be a make or break for some people. So the way it works with XLTeam is you buy the Joy-Con new. You can't send a pair in and have them custom paint it. So when you're paying for a custom pair, you're paying for a new set of Joy-Con, and then of course for the labor and the custom paint job. And I will say, when I picked up the Super Nintendo Joy-Con, prices were a little bit cheaper than what they are now. Prices have been raised just a little bit across the board, and that also kind of depends on which pair you go with. There are pairs that have a D-pad instead of the individual direction buttons on the left Joy-Con, and then of course there's the ones that have the painted buttons and shoulder buttons. So the price does vary a little bit, but pretty much across the board, you will be paying north of $200 for any custom pair. And I totally get it. That's definitely pretty pricey, and of course there's been all the controversy recently about Joy-Con drift, so I can fully understand someone not wanting to fork over that kind of money for a pair, and they're not even sure if the analog sticks will remain perfectly functional. So I guess I can see the risk there. And I should mention also that it's not just Joy-Con that XLTeam does. They do custom Pro Controller work, custom docks, custom back plates. So maybe if the Joy-Con thing scares you a little bit, there are other options to go with, but these Hylian Shield Joy-Con specifically go for $204.95. And then if you were looking at a pair that did have a D-pad or some custom painted buttons, you're looking at $219.95. So a $15 difference to get that D-pad in there. But when you take into account the price of the Joy-Con itself, which still currently go for about $80, $79.99, you're looking at paying around $125 for the custom paintwork. And whether or not that's worth it to you is totally going to be a personal thing. Again, I can understand that price maybe being a deal breaker and just not making sense for you. But if you're in the market for a pair of custom Joy-Con, maybe you only have one pair and you're wanting something else, you're really wanting to like refresh the look of your Switch, and you're maybe shopping around at places like Colorware, I can say that for the money, you will not be disappointed in the craftsmanship and overall quality. And yeah, I think this is just going to be a quick little video. I don't know that there's a ton more to say about these, but I do also want to mention that XLTeam offers completely custom work where you can send in your own designs and have them put together something for you completely custom. So I think that's really cool. I guess pricing there would probably vary depending on the complexity of what you're asking for. But yeah, after showing these off to you individually here like this, I guess I can pop them on my Switch just so you can get a feel for what they look like when attached. Get this out of the way here. There they are in all its glory. So really looking forward to playing Skyward Sword with these. And yeah, I think that's probably going to do it. I'll leave a link to XLTeam shop down in the description if you'd like to check out any of their custom work for yourself. And let me know down in the comments what you think of these Joy-Con, if this would be something you're interested in, or maybe what your favorite pair is that they have on their site. Get a look at the back here too. So, really nice, really cool. Definitely a very premium product, not for everybody, but if you're in the market for something like this, can't recommend XLTeam enough. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like on your way out and also consider subscribing. And until the next video, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.